Alright, so I'm trying to make a set of tongs, a set of bolt grip tongs. I got my little setup going. We'll see. So this will be the hinge area, the jaw will be up in here, and this is the rein that I'm working on right now. Gaining about 3/4 of an inch at each. Okay. Alright, here we are an hour plus later. Okay, I can touch this, but it's still quite hot. It's been sitting in the forge as the forge cools. You can see that there's a slight twist to my octagon, and that always seems to happen to me. I'll take that out in the vise by clamping it and just untwisting it. Easiest way I've dealt with it. The other part is that if you can see my punch marks, there was one mark here to mark this set down, then here is the end of the bolster for the pivot, here is the arm of the jaw, and then there's an inch here for the jaw. What did I want to say? You know, I'm an amateur. I have been doing this in 2 major stints in my life. I did it from when I was about 14 to 16. Then I got a driver's license and I put the hammer down. In 2 ways. But a couple of years ago I found that anvil, and I've since sort of picked it back up. And I'm enjoying it. It's something from my youth that, you know, making your own tools, okay? Keep in mind, nothing that I make is perfect. Nothing that I make is anywhere near perfect, but these were pretty good for me last year? Maybe. You can see how this one doesn't match this one, but that's okay. The jaws don't perfectly match. I'm not that fussy. Alright, but I mean, I made that tool and I get to use that while I make other stuff. It doesn't need to be perfect. Sometime I'll show you my first set of tongs. Here. Okay, you saw those. Check these babies out. Here's an example of I overforged right here and made them too thin, especially this ring. If you pinch too tight with that kind of leverage, they just bend. And you can see that in the sweep of the jaw. I use them for light work, and I just shape this to get me what I need. But that was the first set that I made when I picked it back up 2 years ago, something like that. So, you know, the jaws are uneven size, they're pretty floppy. But hey, these are perfectly serviceable. And they remind me of a lot of things, you know. Making tongs. That's one of the earlier things that you should learn. Make the tools to make your tools. Alright, I probably won't even put this in there because I don't know if I want to. I think I remember my point, which was that from the center point mark here, drawing out this ring, this is a coinciding layout. So this 3.5 inches right here made this. We'll give it a 10, right? It's about 2 inches. 10 inches. Plenty. So anyway, be encouraged. Make stuff. You know, that's a cheap forge. And I don't know. I have many hours into just this. Okay. There's probably, I probably have 2 days into making these tongs. So, you know, what are they worth? If I was to do tree work for 2 days, that's a really expensive set of tongs. Obviously, it doesn't work that way. All right, signing off.